Call the meeting to order for the regular Township Board meeting for Wednesday, February 14th, 2018. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a moment of silence for those kids that got killed in Parkland, Florida this afternoon. 17 children.
School shooting, high school.
Killed. There's another 20 that are injured.
I didn't want to hear that.
No, there are 17 so far, but there's still more.
Yeah.
In the hospital.
Is it grade school or high school? High school. Still terrible.
Parkland, Florida, Parkland High School.
What do you need? Oh, your radio? Okay. How about the calling of attendance? You gotta get your equipment on ready here. All right, the first thing, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sue.
Hi, Sherry.
Tom.
Here.
Kathy.
Here.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sherry here.
Okay. First thing on the agenda is the approval of any additions or deletions. I don't think we have anything else, unless somebody else does. All right, then the consent agenda is up for approval. As, if we can,
You want me to make a motion?
yeah,
to approve
make a
the-
motion to approve the whole
I'll make
agenda.
a motion to approve the consent agenda as is.
No, the agenda approval for the whole, not just the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the whole agenda.
We have a second? All right, we have a motion on the floor and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye, please. Aye. Motion carried. All right, the next item is the consent agenda, the approval of the Township Board minutes for the meeting of January 10th, 2018, the approval of the treasurer's reports as of January 31st, 2018, includes the investment reports, the CDs and money markets, the reconciliation of the tax account as of 1/31, and the cash summary report by account general fund for January 31st. We have the clerk's reports, revenue and expenditure report for January 31st, and the approval of paychecks in the amount of $19,044.26. We have the approval of account payables, $285.53 in the opens to be paid, and $179,926.89, containing 41 checks from 19/5/23 through check number 19/5/63. Copy of the Fifth Third Corporate Township credit card account, which has a balance due of $283.24, and that was paid by check number 19/5/48. We have correspondence, being the Marine City Fire Authority Department runs for January of 2018, and we'll have to remove IRA because they did not send me one. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda as presented. All in favor signify by aye. Roll call vote, please.
Tom.
Yes.
Sue.
Yes.
Kathy. Yes. Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sherry. Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Open session. Anyone want to address the Township Board with anything that is on the agenda at this time? Seeing no one move, we will continue with unfinished business. I got the pleasure of meeting Governor Rick Snyder as he signed the executive order for some broadband business services for the rural areas. He's got some plans to have something in place as far as direction by August 1st. So, and he used Cottrellville a couple of times because our service is so poor out here. We have so many students that can't get any kind of service as far as internet for even the classes that they take in school. So that was kind of exciting. Then I met the Archbishop too the same week. I tell you, I was really flying.
You're moving your way up.
Yeah. lawn mowing services, I would like to throw out something out there so that we don't have to rebid it. I contacted Tim's Lawn Service. They've been doing us now for about 2 or 3 years. I would like to continue with them. I asked them if they could hold their price. They even went down on 2 figures. So if there's any chance that we could save the time and money that we would spend on, plus it takes a lot of time to put it together, for a bid proposal, I would request that we consider just giving him a contract again for 1 or 2 years, if we could. Is there anyone that has any objection to that?
Have we heard any complaints about him?
Not a single one.
I didn't think we had.
That guy jumps through hoops
Yeah,
for me.
Yeah,
He's been handling our snow removal as well, and when I tell him we've got a meeting, I just leave a message on his recorder, and they're out here shoveling snow to make sure things are in good shape, so.
right.
Unless you have an objection to that, I would like that in the form of a motion that you'd like to continue the service with him for at least 2 years, or 3, whatever you want.
I'll make a motion to continue with Tim's Lawn Care for 3 years.
I'll second that. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes,
Kathy?
Yes.
Tom?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. New business. I invited Chris Hildeman for our DPW department head so that we received a letter from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. I included it in your packet, and we had a meeting with him, with actually her, Ann Tevalier. And Chris, you want to approach the podium, and maybe you can kind of tell them a little bit about what we discussed. And the gist of it is that we have to have a detailed plan and a schedule by April 2nd, so.
Yes, stated in the letter that the township received, there was a sanitary sewer violation about a year ago, I think it was, maybe just less than a year ago. And there's some certain steps that the DEQ are requesting that we follow to resolve that. So part of the thing that we're waiting for is completion of the SAW grant, which was wrapped up at the end of last year. And it sort of showed us where some of our deficiencies are in the system. I mean, some of them we knew. It was just pretty obvious that the system, pump stations are over 40 years old. They've been just maintained to keep going. There's been no upgrades or anything done to them. So pumps fail, things fail. That created that, the situation that we were in. So now the state's requiring that we take action. So we have to come up with a plan of action and get it to them by April 2nd, I believe, is what it states in the letter, and let them know what we're going to do to make sure that we don't have any kind of issues like that in the future. I can tell you that Nick and I have gone through the stations and have made some adjustments to the stations to let them operate a little more efficiently, we think, and keep our levels down so that we don't get into a situation where we feel that we're going to have any kind of emergency. You do have numerous areas that are very concerning, pipe-wise. All your lift stations are beyond ready for replacement. So it's going to be part of our discussion is to look and see where we're going to be able to get funding to do this work, because it needs to be done. It can't be. You can't keep fixing them. The parts aren't available anymore. I think last board meeting we came to you and asked you for some money to buy a starter. It was a $1,000 starter. I went on eBay and bought a couple used ones for a couple $100 instead of spending $1,000 because the parts that you buy now they won't even work with what we have. So there is a need. We just want to let you know that there are going to be those discussions coming up now, and we have a short time frame. DQ is pretty adamant about keeping us tight on time frame of meeting what they want and gathering information. So there's a lot of things that are going to be coming in a short time period that we're going to have to address. I don't know if anybody has any questions.
Our meeting was on January 24th, and they came up with this letter that they wanted all these things done by April 2nd. So they are kind of tightening the reins a little bit.
Yeah, mainly by April 2nd, we have to get to them a plan of attack. You know, we're not gonna have, obviously, we're not gonna have everything repaired by April 2nd, but they wanna know what we're gonna do, they wanna know that we're taking the steps to remedy the issue and not just mask it or put a Band-Aid on it and pretend that it's not there. So we really have to have real discussions about what we need to do and how we're gonna fund it, because I know, you know, everybody wants to have new things, but we need to know where we're gonna get the money to get it. So we're gonna be looking at grants, we're gonna be looking at low interest loans, we're gonna be looking at things that are gonna try to get as much done for as little as possible.
This is what's gonna be in the letter back to the DEQ, what we're trying to do, and
Yeah, by April 2nd, it's not really gonna be what we're trying to do, it's gonna be what we are going
what
to
we're
do.
scheduled to do.
So that's going to
Makes a big
be,
difference.
yeah, definitely, it's gonna be, you know, there's gonna be some engineering involved that we have to talk about and, you know, different steps that we need to take. They're also very flexible because we've been very honest with them, we're not trying to hide anything from them. We know that we have an issue, they know that we have an issue, so, like I said, we're not trying to mask anything. We wanna remedy it as much or more than they do, so, they're very willing to work with us on timeframes and things like that, so that we know that we're doing the right thing for the, you know, for the community, number one, and then also for, you know, to satisfy what they need.
Good. No other questions? All right, thank you, Chris. Next item is 2018 annual township meeting with the road commission. It's scheduled for Monday, February 26th, from 1 to 3 p.m. in the conference room at the road commission's central service center there on Airport Drive. Usually we have to have at least 2 people. Tom, you won't be back, will you?
No, but I would like somebody to ask Mr. Weston the question, what the hell happened, what the hell's going on with Shea Road? That road's still, how old is that road, 3 years old?
Yep.
We got holes, we got pieces of asphalt missing, besides the cracks. I see a 6-inch round hole there today just coming up the road.
Where is it? You know what
Sure,
section
you're
it is?
asking me that right now. I can get it to you,
All right,
it's easy to find.
okay. Very good. So if one of you is, I'm gonna go, so, but
Yeah,
if,
I
all
have
right,
to work
as
till
long as-
1, so.
as long as I have 2 people,
yeah,
I'm fine.
So, yeah, I made it. How come I could go last year?
We
Did
all
they
went
have it?
last year.
No,
Must
the only
have.
2,
I thought we all went up to the
I don't
board.
know, did we?
Yeah,
Yep, they took
thought
us.
we
Oh,
did.
maybe we did.
Yeah.
Okay, I know the year
Maybe they
before it
had
was
it
just me and
later.
Matt.
Because I know I had to rush, but I got there in time last year. But I don't get out of work till 1, so, yeah.
I scheduled it too, so
Yep.
we need 2.
Yep, good. All right. We'll telephone you, let you know what we did,
There's
okay?
a lot of cracks and a lot of, like I say, we're even missing
That
chunks
was
of the road
really
now.
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's new.
I enjoyed
too.
listening.
Remember they moved us
All right,
around?
the next item, number 3, is the St. Clair County Metropolitan Planning Commission's annual workshop. I've stuck that in Pat Runyon's box there, so she can refer that to the, but you probably got one right from the main office, didn't you?
I did, but thanks for, because I haven't been checking my mail.
Okay,
But I'll send it out to everybody. I'm sure I have a couple that I want.
yeah, I think we have to have an answer, when is this, March 29th? Oh, we'll have time at the next meeting.
Yeah, next meeting, I
Yep.
can have them give a commitment at the meeting.
Yep. So, that's that one. Number 4 is the request for, Barb Schutt wants to have KCI do the assessments that she wants to, that's the updated annual assessments for 2018, includes printing, folding, stuffing, and furnishing of the envelope and the postage. And I gave you a copy of the contract. I do need a motion to approve that payment of the $709 and for the postage, and then something else. What's the balance?
$1,159.51.
Yep, total, so, you entertain a motion for that, please?
I'll make a motion to pay for the estimated postage at $709.50,
And the total
and the
contract?
total contract is $1,159.51.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye by roll call vote, please.
Mary Agnes.
Yes.
Sue,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Sherry, yes.
Motion carried, thank you. All right, public comments. Anybody got anything to say? Mr. Barnes, you always do.
Looks like he's ready.
We get you up, there we go. got a hitch in your get-along.
You know, we're trying to find money for the, you said the sewers and stuff, and everybody else. How are we coming on the getting reimbursed from the fire department? Or, when we put the, delinquent taxes on the tax bill for the, on payment of water bills and stuff like that?
The way that works, Mr. Barnes, is we send the bills up to the county,
Yeah,
and they send us the money back. And then the county collects the money, and they add interest and penalties and all that stuff.
so we're getting reimbursed then for.
We're getting
so-
reimbursed the taxes, yes.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
And the water
because
bills.
You can't just keep taking money out of the general fund to throw it, you know, onto stuff when we don't get reimbursed.
No, not yet. We didn't file anything with that yet.
Okay, so we're getting reimbursed for water.
Water and sewer,
But not the fire department yet,
not the fire department yet, no.
because that's a big thing, especially after that fire in, Marine City there.
Well, there's some things you can't, I mean, they have to actually have a building for us to
Oh,
do that.
no, I'm just saying.
You know, if you have a car accident, I can't lean a car yet.
No,
So
what I'm
trying to
saying is
figure
we
out how
have-
to do that with the state.
Yeah,
but-
no, but when we have all these expenses, some you can recoup and some you can't. And the ones that we should be able to recoup, we should try to put a push on them to try to get at least that back.
Well, I think our clerk's office collected over 11,000 something already.
You're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good,
they're doing very well.
good. Sounds good. Keep up the good work. Get it up to 100%.
That would be,
Yeah.
we're working on it.
Sure he's working on it. Is that it, Sarah? Thank you. Okay, announcements. I didn't bring my flyer for Foxfire Fixins, but we are going to have they are putting on a storytelling thing on the 15th, which is tomorrow, and also the 22nd, where Mr. Codet is going to do a storytelling thing, and there'll be a meal, and and one of us is going to sit there with a jar full of air, and we're hopefully going to put some money in it from donations from people for our township park. He's given us that latitude, and I want to thank him for that. So anybody that wants a nice barbecue dinner, that's where you have to go. And it starts at 5:30, and then the storytelling starts at 6:30, so, and I thank you very much. Anybody else got anything to say as far as public comments? Okay, we also have some closed session stuff that we're gonna do, so we're gonna excuse you all. And, you gotta do what? It's legal stuff. It's legal stuff, yes. If you don't mind, I do need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
At 7:48.
I'll second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Thank you, everybody.